Okay, guys, so this is going to be the part two to the things that I've learned before 35. So the another one is in terms of romantic relationship, two halves don't make a whole. Come into the relationship whole. Therapy is so helpful. If you can't afford therapy, baby, Chat GPT is that grow. Okay? And not only that, like get some self-help books. One of the books that started my whole like journey to rediscovering myself and healing those old wounds was Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. During the pandemic, I had got to a point where my fucking social anxiety was through the roof. Like, just like a lot of us, we were like afraid to go outside. We were afraid to interact with other human beings. And I was a hairstylist, so it was worse for me because it was affecting the way that I showed up for my clients as well. And so I don't remember how. I think I might have been watching a YouTube video or something, but I came across this book. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. The author's name is Susan Jeffers. And as I read that book, from that book, she recommended You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Baby, let me tell you, that shit is by here with me in the Holy Bible, okay? They're neck and neck. And what I appreciate about that book is Louise broke down even her own trauma and how your trauma obviously affects you and how you show up for yourself and the things that you accept. And you don't even realize that they're necessarily an issue, right? Or the way that you talk to yourself. So you may look at your life and be like, oh, all these people hate me because of whatever, whatever. Because I grew up feeling like the world hated me because of everything that I had went through. And it's a book of not only lessons but affirmations. And then from there, I just started looking at certain parts of myself and going, I don't like this about me. Okay, let me fix this. And I really am a person that believes that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So from there, I read Dodging Energy Vampires by Christiane Northrup. I read Sensitive is the New Strong, which is a book for empaths. I read Set Boundaries, Create Peace by Tidra Niwab. And I read books like that, 40 Laws of Power, The Laws of Human Nature, all of that. I have so many books over there. Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents, baby, okay? So, in all of that, and with my past relationships, because my broken ass was in relationships with other broken people, right? What I have learned in that is whenever that comes back around for me, I'm making sure I'm whole because I desire a whole individual and we should be whole and happy together. And that's another segue is that people are not responsible for your happiness. They should contribute to it, but they're not responsible for it. And that's a lot of responsibility to put on one person. You are your own biggest critic. You are your worst enemy. I can guarantee you that nobody judges you harder than yourself. So I have a saying, and I had a hashtag. I haven't used it in years, but it's called Be Your Own Homegirl. And literally what that means is the same great advice that you give others, that same love that you give to the people around you that you love so much, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. When I have a moment where I really am having a hard time navigating that, I literally will ask myself, if insert friend was going through this, what would I tell them? And I go from there. No is a complete fucking sentence. No. My two favorite phrases right now are no and because I don't want to. And I no longer over explain myself. For me, over explaining myself was a trauma response. I'm not doing that shit no more. There's a difference between loneliness and being alone. This one hits really hard for me. Like I said, I was kind of like ignored as a child. And so I feel like when I became an adult and people paid me attention, I was so like thirsty for the attention because I didn't have it, right? Whereas now I enjoy my solitude. Like a luxury for me is just to be able to sit in my house like I'm doing right now. I was folding clothes, I took a break, but just to sit in my house and sit in silence with nobody here around me. I used to be mortified to be alone. Now, baby, I am grateful. I love my kids, okay? But when I can get me a little break, I'm taking it, okay? Baby, you cannot change people and it is not your fucking job. I really used to think that I could like love people into treating me better. The ghetto. I had to learn that if you don't see your value, even when other people see your value, they're going to devalue you because you devalued yourself. So I always use the analogy of like, look at the people during the pandemic and people had all this money that they didn't earn. We're not talking about like business owners like myself that actually have like, and articles of organization. We're talking about people that just, they was doing what they was doing and no shade to them. But you started to see people that they had all this money that they never did anything to earn, right? And they didn't do anything productive with it. They had that money, they got rental cars and stupid jewelry, and nobody has anything to show for that money because they didn't do anything to earn it in the first place, right? It's the same thing with you. And I had to learn this. And as women, a lot of the time we are nurturers and we want to nurture the relationship and we end up giving way more than the other person is giving and way more than the other person deserves. And they start to deal with you from a place of entitlement. Like, well, you're already giving it to me. I ain't have to do shit for it. So shit, I'm gonna get what I can get up out the deal. And then sometimes you get them so used to that good treatment that they treat you like trash when you take it away. Because you wasn't requiring me to respect you before. Now all of a sudden you got morals. That was a big one for me. Failure and rejection are your friends, baby. Let me tell you, when you fail, now you know what you didn't know. And I've had to also learn that rejection is God's protection. I do not feel no kind of way when God tells me no. I don't feel no kind of way when somebody else tells me no. I get excited. Because that just means that there's something else on the way for me. Use sunscreen. This is specifically for my black girls and my women of color, okay? Use sunscreen. I actually lost my childhood best friend to a form of skin cancer, and she passed away a week before my 21st birthday. Yes, skin cancer happens. Black people can get it. Don't let these people lie to you and tell you that because we got melanin. No, yes, we are a little more protected, but baby, put that motherfucking sunscreen on, okay? Put it on. I guess the last one would be feel the fear and do it anyway. That thing that you're afraid of, go and do it. I have been for the past, I want to say 5 years, I've been engaging in exposure therapy. So anything that freaks me smooth the fuck out, I used to be so afraid of big crowds, y'all. I really thought that I was an introvert. I realized I'm not. I do enjoy being alone, yes. But I was only an introvert because I didn't feel safe enough to be myself around people. And you know what's funny is that the more that I've gone out, like y'all, I be outside by myself now. Like I take myself to concerts and all kind of stuff by myself. Like I share my location and stuff with my kids and my friends so everybody knows where I am and that I'm safe. But I be outside by myself. And that is something that even a year ago you could not pay me to do. I used to second guess myself so bad. What if these people don't like me? What if my outfit looks stupid and nobody tells me? I lost 100 pounds. What if I think I look good in this and, my loose skin is on display? Just all kind of wild shit. Like just all in my head. So now I don't care how scared I am. I don't care how I be in a lot of situations where I be fucking mortified, terrified. I'm like, oh my God. And for me now, that is my signal that all the more I need to go and do it. Because a lot of the time I will leave them situations and I'll be like, well, that wasn't that bad. Like, what was I afraid of? My next big thing to start doing, and I'm not ready yet, is to take my ass outside and start dating again. And it's not even for like, oh, I'm looking for a partner because I got horrible PTSD. I wouldn't even do that to another person right now. But just to get over the fear of like, oh, there's men outside. Like, ladies don't scare me. But ladies are different. Women have a superpower of making each other feel comfortable. But the male variety, I know that there's still some good ones out there. I'm just afraid of all males right now. So my thing is get your ass outside and align yourself with the ones that are not so scary. But those are my things. I'm pretty sure I'll come up with more. I'll make a part 3 if I do.